Wait, as I was saying, we're talking about our next Ronaldo.
Okay. You think you want serious up in here?
Well, it's 11 o'clock. All in late. We're late. But I think it's worth it because we have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to talk about. So me and Ronaldo, we're actually just talking about all the sex myths that we have heard throughout the years that are actually just hilarious as you grow older and you get to learn. A little ridiculous. Actually, one of them that we were talking about was people saying that you could actually get STDs and STIs from a toilet seat. Oh, you ever heard that one? The toilet seat. So you never heard that one? Ronaldo, give me next one.
Well, I've heard you can get a STI from doing a tattoo.
Not me. Not me.
Fake needles.
Again, a new one very soon. Better watch out. What about sharing a straw with somebody with HIV? That you could get HIV. My heart used to be racing when I was younger. And I grew up and learned that, oh my God, people are ridiculous with this. Nobody does their research. Nobody goes into depth into finding out, okay, well, people with HIV actually live very normal lives. And it's a battle that they face every day because they're scorned because of all these things, all these myths that exist out in the world, because it's created by society.
Yeah. So we want you to also share your myths with us right now live, and let us know what are some of the myths that you've heard people say, some of these stupid things people say towards other people who have HIV or live with HIV. I think we live in a society now where people are now open about their status, and it's pretty cool. I mean, there's so many things right now that make HIV, when you come on cold,
Yeah.
you know, getting care, prep, is another thing that makes you, just live normally. Like,
Exactly. So we're here with dLinkTT today, and we have a great video by the company. Let's move to that. Welcome and good morning, everybody. I am William Tommy. Let me talk a little bit about who I am for those of you that don't know. If you don't know, you're very lucky. I am the Bacchanalist, the ambassador of not caring at all about what comes out of this. It's got me into a lot of trouble, but you know what? It's alright. It's alright. I live with it. Today I'm here with my friend Ronaldo. Me and Ronaldo have known each other for years.
Yeah, we do.
We do. Plenty. A little
too long.
A little too long.
But Ronaldo, they call me the CEO of the LGBT community.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
I make everybody twerk on the weekends.
Boycott Empire.
Boycott Empire.
Boycott Empire.
I'm the twerkologist.
Twerkologist.
But if nobody knows, I'm also an engineer. So I engineer the wines.
Well, yeah, Ronaldo left his good engineering job to go and dance to the people and then buy, I'm telling you. But I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
We bring good entertainment to the community. But it's not about entertainment alone, party, and we also have to take care of the community from the other side of things as well.
Agreed with that.
Today is World AIDS Day, and we want to bring attention to the HIV virus and a lot of the other STIs as well. Bring some attention to it, and pass on some information through dLink. As you know, it's a powerful website that has launched, and we want to bring some attention to it.
So dLinkTT is basically a platform where It is everything sexual health, which is something that we lack, especially in Trinidad. And we're now going to start talking about this topic, which is one of my favorite topics. It's called sex.
So you're gonna start with.
We all need it.
We do.
We all need it.
We do. But recently, I honestly, I get tested every 3 months, but I'm honestly back and forth between here and the States and whatever. So in Trinidad, I obviously try to be responsible and I go, and it has been difficult for me to know where to go, how to go, especially being who I am in this country. It is nerve-wracking for me to go into a clinic and I don't know about confidentiality, I don't know about, judgment towards myself. And recently, a couple of weeks back, I went to do a test. And I left negative, just saying, but I left feeling somewhat, not belittled, but a little bit judged, just because of the amount of questions that they have to ask you, which is obviously mandatory. But just the judgment that you get from the clinics down here, and just people in general, just, because of sexual preference and all these things. So I think that D-Link is really going to help with that.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends because I interact with, the community on a weekly basis. And through my normally life, I know a lot of people with HIV. And more I'm seeing that people are more, brave to come out and say they have HIV because they, it's like, it's normal to live with HIV now. People are not dying every other week like how it was any days. So it's you can live a normal life with HIV now. And my friends and the people that I encounter on a weekly basis, I just want to let them know that this website is here as a further reinforcement to get you to the point where you can find the information, you can get the resources to seek help, and we're here to push that agenda today.
It's a very positive, friendly, convenient platform, which is something that, as I said, we lack in Trinidad. And today I am joined by these 3 lovely ladies.
Good morning.
We have Valerie, we have Margarita. Oh, reminds me of
She said, say it with a roll off your tongue.
Right, Margarita. And we have Tekua.
William, how dare you? William,
Tioka, oh God, the whole day this has been happening. Whole day. I owe her a drink, I owe her lunch, dinner at this point. This is vodka and something. I'm not sure.
I didn't get one.
I'm not sure.
That is orange juice.
Where's mine?
Just know that y'all that in the time that we've been taking to start this live, I have definitely been hydrating myself with whatever is in
All
here.
about me.
All about.
And just know there are only 2 glasses on this set.
The only 2 so y'all know exactly. But before we go to Tioka, to screw up for me. Yes, to understand how she transitioned this vision into reality, we also have Benjamin, straight from Cambodia, which is super, super, super exciting. So let's take a look at that.
Hey there, let me just start with a story. When I was younger, maybe 13 or 15, I found out a lot about myself, sex and health, generally through the internet. Google was my primary sex education. And as social media became more widely used, Instagram and WhatsApp were the places where I socialized, made friends, and eventually started dating. Yeah, I guess I was a late bloomer. I started dating in my 20s. But fast forward a decade, and we're finally bringing HIV services to the digital generation with the Linkages project. And I'm really happy to be part of this. Just a year ago, we started planning how to get HIV services advertised and delivered online. We knew that people used online platforms to find information discreetly, and after using online surveys in over 17 countries with over 8,000 respondents, we were basically told that people wanted to learn about HIV by just searching for it online, like I was when I was 15. They wanted to access services by booking them themselves, and have questions addressed through an online or virtual chat. They didn't really want to talk to anyone in person or explain themselves or their possibly risky behaviors in order to get services that they needed. And I think this is really understandable. We took this advice to heart, and here we are today. Linkages has several HIV programs launching entirely online systems that help people understand their sexual health needs and book services without needing to meet in person with someone to get that referral. In Asia, we have Indonesia, India, Thailand, Nepal, and Vietnam, all who recently launched their apps. Kenya's launching in January, and all you in Trinidad and Tobago are now launching dLink today. The best part, I think, about dLink and what makes it really special is that you give people choices, discrete in and out booking options, but also the community-based support with a more holistic package of sexual health and rights services for people who need it. Good luck, everyone. Happy World AIDS Day.
Small thing. All right.
Okay, Margarita, we want to know more about this program. Can you give us some information?
Oh, most definitely. Before I start, I just wanted to say that my makeup today was done by William.
She has been entertaining me.
And your hair?
And your hair.
Oh, by Ronaldo. So, guys, it really is a pleasure to be here, and I must say that I'm trying to cover all my emotions and the pride that I'm feeling today, knowing how far this program or project has come in Trinidad. The link is part of the Linkages project in Trinidad, which has been existing in our space since 2016. But it's a global project which is aimed at getting persons who normally don't have the usual access as everyone else, to get them into the public health system, to get them psychosocial support services. And you know, as you talk about HIV today, and we talk about AIDS, today's World AIDS Day, a lot of people, the HIV test is not the foremost thing on a lot of people's mind. You know, when you go in to get a test, it's to appreciate your status, to know your status. But why? Why do you need to know your status? But why Linkages as a project? Because the approach behind Linkages is using peers who belong to the populations that we're trying to reach, training them to be able to do their work in a professional manner, ensuring that the data that we get on the project, it will help us to inform the decisions we make going forward. It's also leaving Trinidad and Tobago the space with a legacy. Hopefully the government should take up this approach when Linkages leave, which is also supported by the US government through that PEPFAR and US government, USAID compact of resources that are available to countries. But us in Trinidad, using that to contextualize it, make it our own, but at the same time ensuring that we get the services we need to people who need it. What we did earlier on this year, we wanted to appreciate what is happening, because we realized we planned something, people are not coming in, people are not going to get the test. They don't want to go into the public health sites because they themselves would have experienced some negative challenges before, and the issue of trust, the issue of confidentiality is one that we need to always work on.
Agreed.
So what we've realized, there's this whole gamut of people who operate solely online. We date online, we hook up online, we meet other people online, and we even converse and have dialogue online. So we thought that that would have been a good space to launch some of the services we want to launch as part of the project, benchmarking with what has been happening in places like India and Thailand and Africa, where they've launched the online. And when we sat down as a team, we realized, okay, we really need some specialized services. We need someone who can get this done.
So that is where Tioka came in, and she, really took on the scope of work and, give it life and brought her whole network, all her friends, her energy and her passion behind it. And I'm pleased to see where we are at today.
So that's me.
So that's you. That's your cue.
That's my
Tioka.
cue. So,
Looks like any name right now, eh?
Tioka.
Tioka.
Beautiful.
I ain't get that wrong again. Never again.
Oh my goodness. So it's really, it was a fulfilling last few weeks to bring this to life, but more importantly, people may be wondering why the name. What is dLink? So I remember after we did the research, I looked at the research, prepared the desk review, was really looking at now building the brand of how we will bring this service out. And I was talking to a number of persons, most of all our colleague in Jamaica, Abraham. And Abraham said to me, he said, "Tioka, you need to go with the culture." Because I was coming up with some names and they were dead bad. I will be very honest, in the beginning when I was brainstorming, they were terrible. And he said, "Go with the culture." And I said to myself, after talking to Ian Royer, who I call my fairy godmother.
That's my fairy godmother.
Who is
Just say it.
also,
We go fight.
also with me in this. So Ian and I really brainstormed to bring this campaign on. So I can't take the credit on my own. When I was speaking and we were talking, he said, "What is the one thing everybody in Trinidad and Tobago wants? A link.
A link.
If you have to play frontline for carnival, you want a link. If you want to get your passport faster than
So
you're supposed to
Yeah,
get
like any
it,
club.
That's so
you want
true.
a link. If
Like
you
any
want to
club,
get
to get
in
another
the
club.
to get into Ronaldo Empire,
Yes.
you have to have dLink. So it was simple. We branded the program dLinkTT. And dLink is a suite of services online available at your fingertips. HIV testing, STI testing. First you do the risk assessment, and then once you complete that risk assessment, you receive the tailored recommendation of services that we offer. And if you did not see the opening video, I'll just repeat it again. Our suite of services: HIV and STI testing, help me, Margarita, come in and run it. Legal aid, gender-based violence support, emergency housing, substance abuse treatment, referral to treatment, and of course we have a full team of outreach workers standing by to support persons through this all. And that is the most important thing. And I just want to stress this one bit. We are accustomed to, as you say, looking at people and judging persons in a particular way, and passing our mouth on people, as some would say. We built this platform and this suite of services specifically for the key population community. So I want to make this really clear that we are here to serve the community that has been ostracized, not looked after, judged by many different sects in society. So when I say key population, I want to be particularly clear. Men who have sex with men, sex workers, people who inject with drugs, and I'm missing a last one. Transgender persons. So it is their opportunity for us to serve them, and it's their opportunity to access these services safe and secure online, do the risk assessment completed, get access to services, get tested. Once they're tested, if they require any additional support, we are here to serve. So it's really about innovating and transforming the way key populations access sexual health services in Trinidad and Tobago.
And it's the first time it's been done in Trinidad.
And it's the first time. So we're
It's
innovating.
amazing. And you make such a good point, because it's that community that is so stigmatized in terms of an attack to, because people always like to say that men who have sex with men are the ones carrying it around or spreading it or this and that. And because of that, it's always, number one, it's false.
Yeah.
Number two, it's
As a
ridiculous.
myth. So let's bust that myth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And number three, it's just that because of that, we are so attacked when it comes to us. We don't even feel comfortable to go and get tested.
And that's
So that is why
fine.
I'm so even me as being in the community and Ronaldo as well, it's just amazing to see that dLink has
Let's come
given
about,
us
yeah.
and come about and
And
support us
most
on this.
importantly, what we found while doing our research is that persons in the community do not want to face the public health system. They would appreciate a safe space for people who understand them, and as such, we have our own testing sites and community clinics to really help persons to do our testing and then to get to give them psychosocial treatment, psychosocial support and counseling if required, referrals to treatment and services. So it's all in-house. So there's no need, your service is confidential, our staff is well trained. I know we're going to pitch to Valerie next to speak
yes,
about that.
I was actually going to ask Valerie.
Let Valerie go ahead with that one.
How are users of dLink assured quality service, well-trained staff, and most importantly, confidentiality?
Yes. Well, of course, that is paramount when you're talking about something like HIV testing. So our role on this project has actually been to establish those testing sites in the community, to train the persons. As you say, you have to quality assure the testing, so there are quality assurance measures that they've all been trained in, and which will be and are part of the implementation of those sites. So eventually we hope that the sites will in fact become part of the whole network within Trinidad that is available. So there are the public health sites, and of course there are the sites available through the community-based sites that we have set up. So they have been trained, they have to be certified by the Ministry of Health, they have to meet a certain number of tests correctly done, etc. And the sites themselves will actually have to be certified also by the Ministry of Health. So we're in the process of doing that now. And today actually, because it's World AIDS Day and we really want to focus on that message of knowing your status, there is testing taking place at all 4 of these sites. So there are 4 sites that have actually been set up. The first one, the testing is actually finished at that one. It's the St. Anne's community, at the community center in St. Anne's at La Fantasy. Right there by the grounds, the football grounds. Everybody knows that the community center there. So they were testing this morning from 9 to 11. And right now the testing is taking place at downtown at Trinity Cathedral. There is a medical clinic that is actually run at just off, not in the cathedral, but at one of the buildings at the side of the cathedral. That is going on from 11 until 1. And then later on in the afternoon, we have from 2 until 3:30 at Holy Saviour, also the Anglican Church, again, at Holy Saviour Clinic, which is on Frederick Street in Quebec. And then in the evening, from 8 to 10, we have testing that will take place at Roots, which is at Niles Street, off Ozenville Road in Tunapuna. So all through the day, there will be testing available. And the testing is being done with oversight by senior persons trained by the Ministry of Health. So this is all being done very much with all the quality standards and the systems in place. And of course, knowing your status now has become really important because treatment is effective. You know, you equal you is a very important statement that all of us must understand.
Agreed.
Undetectable viral load means uninfectious. Very, very important, and that's why knowing your status now is so important.
Very, very true. Very, very true. So now let's meet our team of outreach workers. Alright, so Ronaldo, we have Troy on now.
Yeah.
So, and one more thing before we get into Troy, I just want to add that with all these services that are being said, I just want to reiterate that all of this is free. all of this is confidentiality, and all of this is it's just a friendly, confidential, free platform for
And all the services
and
included.
all the services
There's
included.
no cost attached, and I want to reiterate that this is funded because I remember last night we were talking via WhatsApp,
Yes.
and William asked me, so who's funding this?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, is this paid? And I said, no, it's absolutely free. And then he said, okay, so who's funding it? It is funded by USAID and the PEPFAR fund, so quote unquote by US taxpayers, but it's funded through USAID and President Emergency Fund for HIV and AIDS. So all our services, every single one, is going to run at the end of this, or you may see the suite of services come up sometime during the live. They're absolutely free at no cost to you. All you need to do is just check out the link and do the risk assessments and schedule your test today.
Yeah, and we want you to share the link with your friends as well. It's about building this network, the very sizable, network, so that we could actually get the messages out, so that people could know about it. You know,
Yeah.
it's getting out there to the people. We're using social media the way it's supposed to be used,
True.
as opposed to just talking online.
Although I want to learn though. William, you'll teach me.
So we'll pass you over to Troy now, who would basically tell you how the website is, works and all the things that you need to know.
Alright, thanks a lot. So one of the things that was important when we started building the website was confidentiality, and also making sure that it was something that people wanted to use. So Tika and I spent a lot of time going back and forth on the design of the website and also on the security aspect of the website. When you use the assessment tool, it's imperative to know that none of your information is collected. It's completely anonymous and it's secured. When you actually decide to go forward and book an assessment, book an HIV assessment with one of the well-trained staff members from dLink, your information is securely shared with that person. You choose whether or not you want to give your telephone number or your email address. And that information goes securely to a member of the community that is there for you. So you have nothing to worry about. dLink is completely free, it is secure, and it's safe.
So if you haven't as yet, guys, follow dLinkTT on IG, Groots Trinidad and Tobago on Facebook, or check out your health risks now immediately at dLinkTT.com. I repeat, dLinkTT.com. Should we give our final thoughts? I have goosebumps this whole time. I just want to say that because growing up in Trinidad and this always being a stigma and this always being so pushed under the carpet, and it's just something that is just not accessible to us, to be really honest. And it's something that we always have to overthink. It's something that we always have to, and it should not be something that you have to overthink. It's actually supposed to be the opposite.
Yeah.
D-Link, y'all are now like, y'all are now breaking barriers and making it so much more accessible to us, and I really
I want to
truly
say something though. Over the years, hundreds of years ago, mankind will develop viruses. Back in the days, people used to die from the common cold. It's just a virus that gets into your bloodstream, and before you know it, it was killing millions of people back in the days.
Yeah.
Like the common cold now, they found Panda, so now it's been hundreds of years later. We have a tablet you can take by over the counter, and you can take it. You get the viral load to a minimum, where your body undetectable, where your body could actually deal with it. This is where we have reached with HIV, where you can actually take a pill, and you can get the viral load to a level that is
With
undetectable.
consistent treatment and care, you get your viral load to an undetectable rate. And the research has shown us, and I think we have to come back and do other segments and information segments on this, because extensive research has shown that undetectable equals untransmittable, as in persons can have sex, yes, they're infected, their viral load is undetectable, and as such they do not transfer the virus to their partner, and it is
Even if they're wearing a condom.
even if they aren't wearing a condom, and it is well researched. The researchers out there, you can go now immediately and look it up. Undetectable equals untransmittable, U equals U.
Yeah.
But more importantly, follow our pages, our Facebook page, Groots Trinidad, our Instagram page, dLinkTT. And in the coming days, we're going to post various material and interactive graphics that will explain all of this to you. But it all starts with you knowing your status, and it all starts with you getting tested, and that's the main thing that we want to do. I want persons to understand that, and you were explaining it, Ronaldo, HIV is not a death sentence. Those days are over. You can live a healthy, happy, sound, wonderful sex life and personal life and everyday life with the virus. So there should be no fear in getting tested.
We need to get it like the common cold. It's like I had the common cold last week, and I don't have it no more this week.
Yeah. So, you know, you still have to protect yourself. You should still be safe out there. But I just want to know, a lot of persons are afraid of getting tested because they're afraid of knowing their status. There's absolutely no fear in knowing. Information is key, you know. They say knowledge is power.
We need to get rid of the discrimination. We need to get rid of the stigma that associated with each other.
And that's why our centers are manned, operated by members of the community. So it's for the community, by the community. And that is something that is really not there in the public space, and we afforded and have the opportunity to have this space for persons. So we're really proud of that. I just want to maybe ask Margarita just to, you know, give us some thoughts. I want to ask Val to come back in. And you know, just give us, no, we're not twerking. We're giving the information, we're not twerking. And I just want us to really end in a really strong way, because today is World AIDS Day. It's so momentous that we're launching dLink on a day like today. But more importantly, this is for our community, this is for people, this is for citizens. This is what it means to advance lives and create change. And we're doing that. So I will just say my last piece and then pass it on to everyone. I just want to say so much thanks to Ian Royer, who would have helped me to create this. It was a grueling last 7 weeks. Troy as well. I would have been hard, but I'm so proud of the product that we were able to create. And I'm so proud of the Groots team and all our outreach workers who were doing this work in the community for the last 2 years. They were on the ground doing this work, and we're now transitioning the work to online. You know, easy to reach, easy to access. Reach out to us. We're here to serve you. And I so look forward to seeing dLink come to life. And it can only come to life if you do a risk assessment, find out your risk, come and get tested, and then we link you, if required, to treatment and care. But don't forget, we have emergency housing, gender-based violence support, legal assistance. So there's a suite of services. Go to our page now, Groots Trinidad on Facebook, or our dLinkTT on Instagram, and you'll see our suite of services. Send us a message. We're all here now. Our outreach workers are out doing testing, so we'll get back to you shortly. And I'm going to pass on to Valerie.
No, I just say, get tested. That's the bottom line. Get on dLink, get your test done, and know your status. That's it.
I will let William and I like to take over the show, Lord. My bossy self.
That's his star quality.
So right, I'll let Margarita just say her bit, and then I'll let us end with some music.
Did we get any mets? Did we get any mets?
Did we get any mets?
Did we get any mets? Anyone?
Anybody sent in any mets and they had any? That's okay. People were so engrossed in listening to the information.
That means everybody knows.
Yeah.
So there are no more myths.
So Margarita, end, and then William and Ronaldo. Troy.
So I'll try not to be long. I just want to keep with the theme of today, World AIDS Day 2018. I've been doing this for like 20 years now. But this project has been one that is so different. You know, the way, the approaches that I use, the support that is provided to all of us at all the different levels on the project. But I wanted to see that without our front line, nothing happens in this project. And if you see them, it's like a motley crew of, you know, I love all of them. You know, you can't touch them at all. You know, they are my charges. I look over them. But they have grown so much as well.
Yeah.
They have provided so much to not just the project, but to their communities. You find people who are already tested, know their status, contacting them for further support to take them into these sites.
Yeah.
I just not to cut you across, but I just opened up my Facebook a little while ago and I saw someone put up a status saying that they are HIV positive and they want to let people know that they found out 15 years ago and this and that.
Yeah.
And I like seeing that because it gives people, you know, to
Oh,
see people
normalize it.
normalizes
Yeah.
the whole
15
thing.
years later,
Yeah,
they're
because
alive
it's
and doing
okay.
well. Yes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I go back to the common cold.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you don't have the cough anymore, it doesn't mean the virus is not in you. It's just had a,
Yeah.
you know, and you
Yeah.
can't die from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the discrimination kills.
Yeah.
And
That's
and
why-
that is why
That's
we
where
are at
where D-Link
where
comes
we
in,
are today.
which is a great
The
point.
discrimination causes people to be afraid of being tested. They
Right.
don't want to know. You
Yeah.
understand?
Right.
They prefer to live in fear than to just go and get tested and get the treatment.
So I just want us all to remember the theme for today is to live life positively.
Yeah.
Know your HIV status.
Yep.
And that is one of the projects that we ascribe to. And it's going to take us through the next year. But I want to encourage everyone. And you should be happy, you know. Just be happy and you smile and, you know, don't
Right.
let the troubles get you down.
Actually, funny enough, do you remember the other day on my Instagram, after I got my test, I actually posted my results. And there's so many people that, it's just crazy to me how people's minds work. They're like, how could you do that? I'm like, it's a test. This should just be like
Yeah.
like baking bread.
Yeah.
Putting
Yeah.
flour and water together is like getting a test, you know what I mean? And I love that is what we are promoting now with D-Link, you know what I mean? We're promoting that constant reassurance of just knowing your status. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. You could also, we'll provide extra information for our community in Boy Code, you know, so you could check out later because we are on every Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll give the information out, we'll get it, we'll
Okay, great.
continuously make sure and reach the community, reach the
Yes.
people that need to be
Definitely.
Yeah.
reached, you know.
Definitely.
Great.
And definitely want to reiterate how important it is to use the tool that's there. It wasn't built, you know, by someone else for you. It was built by the community for
Yeah.
the
For
community.
the community.
Yeah.
And that's so important. And it's a free tool. It's something you should do by yourself or with friends. You know, sit down and have conversations. Let's try to
Have a
normalize
drink.
conversations
There's
around
some
HIV.
soca.
Where's your drink?
Right?
She'll get it after.
Understand the hospitality.
Yeah.
That's her reward after that.
Yeah, definitely Troy, and I like
Definitely.
it. So,
Definitely.
guys,
Guys,
you met D-Link.
yes.
Thank you
very
so
impressed.
much, Ronaldo. And
We're gonna make sure we
with
link them up.
With
Yeah.
D-Link.
We link them.
Any
We
closing
link
words
them.
before we tell everybody bye?
Oh, just
Um,
thank you guys so much.
Happy
just being
World
here
AIDS Day.
and happy World AIDS
It
Day.
should be a happy day.
Yeah.
It's a happy day, and I just want
It is.
people to know that in whatever you're doing, just try to serve your respective communities and our country for better, and that's what we're all here doing,
Agreed.
serving
And,
respective communities, and it's all towards advancing our great country. So thank you so much for joining us. I know we were late. We were on island time, not
It was
day
worth it.
time,
It was worth
but
it.
it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Thanks so much to OMG for allowing us their space and their platform and their social capital. Thanks so much, guys, and have a wonderful day. Go out and get tested. The sites should come up on your screen now. Stephen, out with the exit with the video.
Yes.